What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video today, and in this video we are at Des Moines International Airport for the 21st airport update for the month of August 2022. I didn't do an airport update last month because I was quite busy with a lot of content from the Airliners International 2022 trip that I took to Chicago. Make sure to go check out the community playlist that I have, which features content from across the entire aviation community, not just from me. There's about 20 or so videos in there as of right now. I'm not sure if any other content has yet to be uploaded. I think a couple from one guy I know still in the works, and hopefully will be out very soon. So make sure to go check that out if you haven't seen it yet. Really fun time, and I'm looking forward to next year's convention down in Dallas, Texas. So make sure to get your reservations in and make sure to get signed up for that if you are interested in going, because I can tell you with all the buzz that the content from this year's convention is creating, it's going to create a lot of attention and give them some really good advertising, probably the best that they've seen in a very, very long time, if ever. So I'm really looking forward to next year's event. So getting back on track here, we got another loaded Des Moines International Airport update here, and I'm also finally debuting my new Fantasy Wings Gate Gourmet catering vehicles. I didn't do a really good review on this in Massive Unboxing number 12 when I got this at the Airliners International Convention. So just kind of go ahead and go over it real quick. So you can see the Gate Gourmet logo there on the main part of the catering vehicle. And there's also a little beacon up top, if you notice that, the little red dot there at the top of the vehicle. Really good detail throughout, and Fantasy Wings is really applauded by the community just for their excellent detail, outstanding work, and everything in between on their products. So we're looking forward to adding more Fantasy Wing stuff to my collection in the future. But we're going to start off here again, Alpha 1, with the Southwest 737-700 in the Heart livery with blended winglets. This aircraft came in from St. Louis, operating flight 3650, arriving in at 11:41 p.m., delayed from a 10:40 p.m. scheduled arrival, so you're looking at a 61-minute delay for the folks coming in from the home of the Gateway Arch. At Gate Alpha 3, we have this Allegiant Airbus A320. This aircraft is operating on a service from Fort Lauderdale, Flight 823. This arrived in at 1:46 p.m., ahead of a scheduled 2:27 p.m. arrival, so a staggering 41-minute head start for the folks coming in from Florida. So that is great to see from Allegiant. Awesome, awesome job on this flight for these guys. Once again, holding the tripod up here because there is quite a bit of United action going on back over here. I do not think I've had the 737-900 here at Gate Alpha 2 before. I've had some of the other 737s that I have in my collection at this gate previously, but I think this is the first time I've had the 739 in here, so why don't I zoom out just a little bit so that the camera isn't really moving around all that much. So this aircraft came in on a service from Denver, operating flight 1298. This arrived in at 3:52 p.m., ahead of a scheduled 4:09 p.m. arrival, and this aircraft was actually a Continental Globe 739, which of I do not have. So as such, I'm using my Evo Blue aircraft. And same goes for this A319 right here. As far as I know, the latest photo I saw on Flight Radar 24 showed this in the Continental Globe livery. The exact aircraft that was used was 8902 Uniform Alpha, so maybe it is in the Evo Blue livery. I'm not 100% sure on that. But this aircraft came in from Denver as well. This is Flight 465. This arrived in at 7:56 p.m. ahead of a scheduled 8:12 p.m. arrival. So this is the later flight here on this A319 compared to this 737. There's everything back over here on the side. We got one more aircraft to take a look at here at Concourse A before we hop on over to Concourse C, where it's looking pretty packed. So we'll check that out here in a moment. Sitting here at Gate Alpha 5B, we have this United Express CRJ 700 disguised as a 550 with the Evo Blue livery, but technically a 700 in this case since it doesn't have the 550 configuration as far as I'm concerned. This aircraft arrived in on a service from Chicago O'Hare, Flight 5497. This is operated by SkyWest, so I'm guessing United SkyWest CRJ 700s are not the 550s for, well, since it's not really called the 550 in this case. I think it's all the GoJet ones that are actually the 550s. So not sure if they'll convert the SkyWest 700s into 550s, but it just really all depends on what they like to prefer in this case, or, yeah, preferences, of course, for SkyWest. So, as I said, this aircraft came in from Chicago O'Hare. This arrived in at 2:25 p.m. and of a scheduled 2:58 p.m. arrival. So nice half-hour head start coming in from O'Hare. That is all the action at Concourse A. Let's check out Concourse C, where we've got a handful of the legacy carriers kind of roaming around, and a lot of GSC roaming around as well. So I mean, just look how busy this is. This is the busiest I've had the GSC roads set up before. All the various service vehicles. There's a catering vehicle, a freight truck. Got a couple of guys that are stopped here, along with this baggage truck and this baggage loader here that is actually going to this A319, pulling in on that 8 o'clock service from Denver. So that's why I have all these vehicles heading out there. But here is Concourse C. You got quite a bit of action here, a lot of Delta, a lot of American, pretty even on here, so half and half on the Delta and American stuff on this side. So let's start off over at Gate Charlie 2, up towards the top right of your screen. At Gate Charlie 2, we have this Delta Connection CRJ 700. This aircraft arrived in on a service from Detroit, Flight 5213, operated by Endeavor Air. This arrived in at 12:59 p.m. and of a scheduled 1:15 p.m. arrival. So nice to see this Detroit service still going here at Des Moines International. Not sure why we don't have the Detroit service. I guess we're too small of a city and there's not really enough demand for service out to Detroit. I think we used to have it some time ago, but they've since discontinued that. And also remember, we used to have service to Cincinnati and Salt Lake City. Des Moines does not get those services as well, so kind of even on that. But yeah, I'll talk a little bit more about the whole retro FSD stuff since I'm kind of bringing it up here at the end of this video, but I'll discuss it probably more in next week's Joe Foss Field Sioux Falls Regional Airport update, so make sure to stay tuned for that. At Gate Charlie 4, we have this Delta 717-200. This aircraft arrived in on a service from Atlanta, Flight 2371, at 5:13 p.m., a little bit behind a 5 p.m. scheduled arrival, just a 13-minute delay for this aircraft. This Atlanta service still going very, very strong here as it remains on a 717-200. Not even sure if they're ever going to swap this out for anything else other than the Mad Puppy in this case, since it's a version of the DC-9, later the MD-80, and then this becoming the MD-95, now the 717. So hopefully this aircraft does remain with Delta for a while. I know I did hear recently that Delta is likely going to keep these at least through the 2020s, so that is good news. So this aircraft will stay very, very relevant, at least for the next 5 to 10 years. So that is good to see Delta hanging on to these planes, despite the fact that they've since retired their older MD-80s and MD-90s. So hopefully I'm able to find an MD-90 because I don't have one of those in my collection. I do have an MD-88, but I haven't really used it all that much, unfortunately, since I started doing airport updates right around the time that they were retired. So it's kind of unfortunate to see, but it is what it is. We keep moving on, but at least the 717 is still hanging on, keeping the heritage of the Mad Dog alive. Operating out of Gate Charlie 6 with another Gate Gourmet catering vehicle by Fantasy Wings pulled up to it. We have this American Airbus A319 CFM engine with the fence tip winglets. I'm hoping Gemini Jets does an IAE A319 because that I know would probably be in high demand by some collectors at this point. I'm not sure why they haven't done it yet, but I'm really hoping they get around to doing that at some point, and I hope that the color is not effed up like it was on the most recent American release for them, the 777-300ER. Probably like their 6th release, I think it is, 6th or 7th release. They've done so many 777s from American. It's hilarious. I should try to get all 7 of them now, so hopefully that is accomplished in the future. But anyways, this aircraft arrived in on a service from Dallas-Fort Worth, Flight 2467. This came in at 4:03 p.m., had a scheduled 4:15 p.m. arrival. Not hearing of any significant changes to the Dallas mainline service, so it looks like this will be sticking around for the time being. At Gate Charlie 7, we have this American Eagle CRJ 900. This aircraft arrived in on a service from Charlotte, Flight 5337. This is operated by PSA Airlines. This arrived in at 12:31 p.m. and to be scheduled 12:43 p.m. arrival. Exact registration November 554, November. Our last 2 aircraft for this update, American Eagle and another Delta Connection before we conclude this video, but we'll check out Gate Charlie 5 here with this American Eagle Embraer ERJ 145. This aircraft arrived in on a service from Chicago here, Flight 4188. This is operated by Envoy Air, arriving in at 9:32 a.m. and a scheduled 9:48 a.m. arrival. Every time I see one of these things, I'm reminded of Swain Martin, who used to fly on these American Eagle ERJ 145s, but last I've heard he is now with United flying the 757 and 767, so that's really exciting for him. I'm really happy for him. So if you don't watch his channel, make sure to go check him out because he makes some really good videos on how to become a pilot and just kind of the general life of being a pilot. Those videos are really good, so I do recommend that if you are looking to become a pilot. And even if you're not, I still recommend them because they're still really good watches and really goes into a lot of detail about everything about becoming a pilot. So yeah, I don't really do any airports that have United 75s or 76s, but I do have a 75. I should get a 76. I know Gemini did one pretty recently. Shut up, computer. So as I was saying, I'm hoping to find a United 767 with the Evo Blue livery. I did see one of those in Chicago, so hopefully I do find one of those at some point. It'd be great to have one of those in the collection, so I'll be on the lookout for one of those, hopefully before the holidays. And finally, to round out the update at Gate Charlie 3, we had this Delta Connection CRJ 900. This aircraft arrived in on a service from Minneapolis, Flight 4854. This is operated by Endeavour Air. Arriving at 11:29 a.m., ahead of a scheduled 11:43 a.m. arrival. So Endeavour service seems like it's doing pretty well. Not sure why they don't have Delta Mainline on this service. I don't know why they don't get Delta Mainline from Minneapolis, but they do get it from Atlanta, so must just be something with demand maybe. But I guess this Endeavour Air service suits them perfectly well. From Minneapolis. So that'll do it for Des Moines update number 21. I'll have more details on the upcoming status for the Retro FSD project in next week's airport update at Sioux Falls Regional Airport. I'll go into a lot more detail about that, but basically I do have some more stuff coming for that, and I'll probably have some more stuff coming by the holidays, so I can do another Retro FSD update here pretty soon. So that is kind of the tentative plan, but with a lot of stuff coming up for me in the future, there will be some changes, and I'll definitely be sure to talk about that in an upcoming video that I'll probably be making here in the coming days, if not coming weeks. So, but as of right now, I don't think it's going to affect me too much in terms of me uploading content to YouTube. I should still be able to keep a once weekly schedule, but if not, I will be sure to keep you guys informed. So maybe I'll discuss that more in next week's airport update, just to provide some information and just to give a general heads up, just in case if something is to happen. That way you know exactly what's going on. And I will also be sure to provide more real-time updates on my Instagram page, so you can follow me over there and see what's happening and if there's going to be an airport update or not during a certain week. So make sure to go check that out. The link to that is in the description below. I hope you guys are liking the new description format, just to try to put some links in there, hopefully boost engagement, just to try and get the numbers up a little bit, as I know they've kind of been slacking as of late. But hopefully all the references and preferences listed down in the description will help with engagement. That'll do it. So with that being said, that is the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.